The First Contact Initiative. Dr. Samira Hassan stood at the observation deck of the Stellar Communication Array, her eyes fixed on the holographic display showing unusual signal patterns from Proxima Centauri. After 15 years of scanning the cosmos for signs of intelligent life, the array had detected something unprecedented, a signal that defied conventional physics. "Dr. Hassan, you need to see this," called out Dr. Marcus Thompson, his voice trembling with excitement. The young physicist had been analyzing the signal patterns for the past 48 hours, and the dark circles under his eyes betrayed his sleepless dedication. The signal wasn't just a random burst of cosmic radiation or the echo of a dying star. It displayed patterns, mathematical sequences that couldn't be natural. More intriguingly, it seemed to respond to their own quantum communication experiments. "Run the quantum frequency analysis again," Samira instructed, her fingers dancing across the holographic interface. The massive array of quantum receivers hummed in response, their crystalline cores pulsing with an ethereal blue light. The facility, hidden beneath the Atacama Desert surface, represented humanity's most advanced attempt at interstellar communication. The project had begun as a collaboration between 12 nations, pooling their resources and expertise to reach beyond Earth's boundaries. "The signal's frequency is shifting," Marcus announced, his eyes widening. "It's matching our quantum resonance patterns. This can't be coincidence." Samira felt her heart race. After years of searching, they might be witnessing humanity's first contact with an alien civilization. But something about the signal's behavior suggested urgency, perhaps even desperation. "Alert Director Rahman," she commanded. "And get me the quantum encryption team. If this is first contact, we need to ensure we're ready to respond appropriately." Within hours, the facility transformed into a hub of frenzied activity. Scientists from various disciplines gathered, each bringing their expertise to bear on this unprecedented situation. Dr. June Park, the facility's leading cryptographer, worked tirelessly with his team to decode the mathematical patterns embedded within the signal. "These patterns," June explained during an emergency briefing, "they're not just random sequences. They appear to be building blocks of a more complex communication system. Almost like, they're teaching us their language." Director Nadia Rahman, a veteran diplomat who had overseen the project since its inception, listened intently. "How certain are we that this is artificial in origin? The statistical probability of these patterns occurring naturally is effectively zero," Samira responded, projecting a three-dimensional representation of the signal structure. "More importantly, the signal responds to our quantum communications in real time. It's not just broadcasting, it's listening." As the team worked through the night, they began to notice something extraordinary. The alien signal wasn't just teaching them a new language, it was guiding them toward a more profound understanding of quantum mechanics itself. "They're showing us how to modify our quantum communication array," Marcus realized, studying the latest data streams. "These patterns, they're instructions for creating a more stable quantum entanglement field." Samira felt a mix of excitement and apprehension. The implications were staggering. An alien civilization wasn't just making contact, they were offering to help humanity advance its technology by decades, perhaps centuries. Implementation of these modifications would require a complete overhaul of our quantum core, June cautioned. "We'd be taking an enormous risk." Director Rahman studied the faces of her team before making her decision. "The entire purpose of this facility is to establish contact with extraterrestrial intelligence. If we're not willing to take calculated risks now, then what have we been working toward all these years?" The next 72 hours saw the facility operating at unprecedented levels. Engineers and scientists worked in shifts, implementing the suggested modifications to the quantum communication array. Security was heightened, and the world's leading scientific institutions were quietly alerted to the situation. As the modified array powered up, Samira couldn't help but feel they stood at the threshold of a new era. The quantum core's crystalline structure pulsed with a different rhythm now, its light shifting through colors that seemed impossible to describe. "Quantum field stability at 100%, Marcus announced, his voice barely containing his excitement. "Signal strength it's beyond anything we've ever achieved." The holographic display erupted with new data streams, far more complex and detailed than before. Within them, encoded in the quantum fluctuations themselves, was a message that would change humanity's understanding of its place in the universe forever. "My God," Samira whispered, as the translation matrix began to decode the message. "They're not just teaching us to communicate. They're warning us about something." The message spoke of a threat approaching from the depths of space, something that consumed entire civilizations. The aliens, calling themselves the Luminari, had been watching humanity for centuries, bound by strict non-interference protocols. But now, facing an extinction-level event that threatened multiple species, they had broken their silence. As the full implications of the message became clear, Samira realized that humanity's response to this warning would define not just Earth's future, but perhaps the survival of intelligent life in this sector of the galaxy. The real question was, would humanity rise to the challenge? Director Rahman gathered her team for an emergency conference. "Ladies and gentlemen, what we do in the next few days will likely determine the course of human history. We need to prepare our response carefully, but we also need to act quickly." The first step toward humanity's greatest challenge had been taken, and there would be no turning back. The quantum bridge. Dr. Ravi Kumar wiped the sweat from his brow as he made final adjustments to the quantum resonance chamber. The underground facility in Geneva had become a hive of activity since receiving the encrypted data package from the Atacama Array team. As the world's leading expert in quantum mechanics, Ravi had been immediately summoned to help implement the Luminari's advanced communication protocols. "Power fluctuation stabilized at 98%, announced Dr. Olivia Bennett, her fingers flying across the holographic control panel. The British physicist had been working alongside Ravi for the past week, helping to modify Earth's quantum communication network. The chamber before them hummed with energy, its crystalline core pulsing with an otherworldly light. What they were attempting had never been done before, creating a stable quantum bridge capable of instantaneous communication across light-years of space. "The quantum harmonics are aligning," Ravi observed, studying the complex wave patterns on his display. "The Luminari were right, we've been approaching quantum entanglement all wrong. It's not about forcing the particles to maintain coherence, it's about finding the natural resonance patterns that already exist in the fabric of spacetime." Their breakthrough had come 3 days earlier when they realized that the Luminari's instructions weren't just about building better communication technology. They were teaching humanity to understand the universe in a fundamentally different way. "Think of it like music," Ravi had explained to the International Science Council. "We've been trying to create our own frequencies, but the universe already has its own symphony. We just need to learn to play along with it." The facility's massive computer arrays processed the incoming data streams, translating the quantum fluctuations into comprehensible patterns. Each successful test brought them closer to establishing stable communication with the Luminari vessel now approaching the outer edge of the solar system. "Incoming transmission," Olivia called out, her voice tight with anticipation. The holographic display filled with cascading symbols, the Luminari's quantum language that they were only beginning to understand. Dr. Hideki Tanaka, their lead linguist, stepped forward. His team had been working around the clock to decode the alien communication protocols. "The syntax is becoming clearer," he reported, his eyes scanning the symbols. "They're not just sending data, they're teaching us how to modify our own quantum field generators." The implications were staggering. The Luminari weren't just making contact, they were rapidly accelerating humanity's technological development. But the question remained, why now? What threat could be so dire that it would cause an advanced civilization to break its non-interference protocols? "New data packet incoming," announced Technical Officer Zara Patel. "This one's different, the quantum signature is much more complex." The chamber's crystalline core flared brilliantly as it processed the new information. On the main display, a three-dimensional star map materialized, showing the movement of something massive through space. Something that left dead zones in its wake, regions where the quantum fabric of space itself had been corrupted. The void cascade, Ravi breathed, finally understanding the urgency in the luminary's messages. It's not just a theory. It's real, and it's heading toward our sector of the galaxy. The team worked with renewed determination. The void cascade, as the luminary called it, represented an existential threat unlike anything humanity had ever faced. It wasn't just a physical phenomenon, it was something that unraveled the very laws of physics themselves. Quantum bridge stability at 100%, Olivia announced. We're ready for full-spectrum communication. Ravi nodded to Director Wei Chen, who had been overseeing the project since its inception. The director stepped forward, her face illuminated by the quantum core's pulsing light. Initialize the bridge, she commanded. Let's show our new allies that humanity is ready to join the conversation. The chamber erupted with energy as the quantum bridge activated. For the first time in human history, they weren't just sending signals into space, they were opening a direct channel of communication across the vast distances between stars. The response was immediate. The luminary's transmission came through with perfect clarity, their quantum language now translating smoothly thanks to the advanced algorithms they had helped humanity develop. We receive you, children of Earth, the message began. You have exceeded our expectations in adapting our technology. But time grows short. The void cascade accelerates, and we have much to teach you before it arrives. The message continued, revealing details about the nature of the threat they faced. The void cascade wasn't just destroying worlds, it was erasing the possibility of existence itself, creating expanding zones where the fundamental forces of the universe ceased to function. How long do we have? Director Chen asked, her voice steady despite the gravity of the situation. The answer came back through the quantum bridge. At its current rate of acceleration, the cascade will reach your solar system in less than 5 years. But there is hope. Your species' unique approach to quantum mechanics, your ability to see patterns that we have overlooked, may hold the key to stopping it. As the implications of this message sank in, Ravi realized that humanity's greatest challenge wasn't just learning to communicate with an alien civilization. It was learning enough from them, fast enough, to help save both their species from an impossibility that threatened to unmake reality itself. The Harbinger's warning. The first physical contact between humanity and the luminary took place in Earth's orbit, 3 months after the quantum bridge was established. Dr. Nina Volkov stood at the observation deck of the International Space Station, watching as the alien vessel emerged from its quantum field bubble. The ship defied conventional physics, its crystalline structure shifting and flowing like liquid metal under the stark sunlight. Remarkable, breathed Commander Thomas Garcia, floating beside her. Their hull appears to be a single quantum-entangled structure. The luminary vessel, which they called a Harbinger, had traveled across hundreds of light-years to reach Earth. Its arrival marked the beginning of a new era in human history, and perhaps the last chance to save both their civilizations. Quantum signatures are stable, reported Dr. Luna Rodriguez from the station's modified communication array. They're requesting permission to send a delegation. The station's crew had spent weeks preparing for this moment, converting one of the observation modules into a specialized environment that could accommodate the crystalline beings. The luminary existed in a state that blurred the line between matter and energy, their bodies composed of complex quantum structures that could interact directly with the fabric of spacetime. The delegation materialized within the prepared chamber, their forms shimmering with internal light. The lead luminary, who called itself Harmony of Spheres, pulsed with colors that the human eye could barely process. We bring grave tidings, Harmony of Spheres communicated through the quantum field interface. The void cascade has consumed another system. Its advance accelerates beyond our predictions. Nina stepped forward, her heart racing. As Earth's leading expert in theoretical physics, she had been chosen to serve as humanity's primary scientific liaison. "Show us," she requested. The luminary projected a four-dimensional map of the galaxy, highlighting the path of destruction. The void cascade appeared as a spreading darkness, consuming not just matter and energy, but the fundamental forces that held reality together. "Our civilizations have faced extinction-level events before," Harmony of Spheres continued, its form rippling with complex patterns. "Supernovae, gamma-ray bursts, even artificial weapons of tremendous power. But the cascade is different. It doesn't just destroy, it unmakes. It creates zones where physics itself breaks down, where existence becomes impossible." The station's crew watched in horror as the simulation showed entire star systems vanishing into the expanding void. But it was what happened afterward that truly terrified them. The empty spaces didn't just remain empty, they became null zones where no new matter or energy could exist. "We have tried everything," another luminary, called Resonance of Truth, communicated. "Our most advanced quantum technologies, our greatest minds, our most powerful weapons, nothing stops its advance. Nothing even slows it. Then why come to us?" Commander Garcia asked. "Earth's technology is centuries behind yours. What can we possibly offer?" The luminary's response sent ripples of surprise through the quantum field. "Hope," Harmony of Spheres answered. "Your species sees patterns we cannot. You make intuitive leaps that defy our logical processes. You find solutions by breaking rules you don't even know exist." Nina understood then why the luminary had chosen to break their non-interference protocols. Humanity's greatest strength wasn't their technology, it was their ability to think differently, to approach problems from unexpected angles. "We've been analyzing your quantum communication modifications," Resonance of Truth projected. "You achieved in months what took our civilization millennia to develop, and your methods are fundamentally different from ours. More efficient. More adaptable." The holographic display shifted, showing the quantum resonance patterns that Earth's scientists had developed. Alongside them, the luminary displayed their own patterns, more complex, but also more rigid, more constrained by their understanding of physical laws. "We believe," Harmony of Spheres continued, "that the key to stopping the void cascade lies in this difference. Your species' unique approach to quantum mechanics, combined with our advanced technology, might offer a solution we could never discover alone." Nina studied the comparative displays, her mind racing with possibilities. "The harmony patterns," she muttered, seeing something in the quantum resonance fields that she hadn't noticed before. "We're not just manipulating quantum states, we're somehow tapping into the underlying rhythm of spacetime itself." The luminary pulsed with what Nina interpreted as excitement. "Exactly," Harmony of Spheres confirmed. "You see it already. Your species has an intuitive understanding of quantum harmonics that we lost eons ago in our pursuit of technological perfection. But time was running out. The void cascade was accelerating, consuming space at an ever-increasing rate. According to the luminary's calculations, it would reach Earth's solar system in less than 5 years, unless they could find a way to stop it. We need to establish a joint research facility, Nina proposed. Somewhere we can combine our understanding of quantum mechanics with your advanced technology. And we need to do it fast. The luminary agreed, their forms shimmering with determination. Within hours, plans were being made for the most ambitious scientific collaboration in human history. The fate of both civilizations, and perhaps the very nature of existence itself, would depend on their ability to work together. As Nina watched the luminary vessel through the station's windows, she couldn't help but wonder if humanity's greatest contribution to the universe might not be their technology or their knowledge, but their ability to see possibilities where others saw only impossibilities. Unity Protocol. The joint research facility, established beneath the ice sheets of Antarctica, hummed with an energy that was both terrestrial and alien. Dr. Yuki Nakamura adjusted the quantum field harmonizer, its crystalline core pulsing in sync with the luminary technology integrated throughout the complex. 6 months had passed since first contact, and humanity had advanced centuries in their understanding of quantum physics. Phase synchronization achieved, announced Dr. Aidan O'Connor, his eyes fixed on the holographic displays showing the quantum resonance patterns. The human-designed quantum cores are now perfectly aligned with the luminary matrices. The breakthrough they had been working toward was finally within reach. By combining humanity's intuitive understanding of quantum harmonics with the luminaries' advanced technology, they had created something entirely new, a system that could potentially manipulate the fundamental forces of reality itself. Harmony of Spheres shifted its crystalline form in what Yuki had learned to recognize as approval. "Your species continues to surprise us," it communicated through the quantum interface. "You have taken our most advanced concepts and transformed them into something we never imagined possible." The facility represented the pinnacle of human luminary cooperation. Teams of scientists from both species worked side by side, their different approaches to problem-solving creating solutions that neither civilization could have developed alone. "The quantum field responses are unlike anything in our historical records," noted Resonance of Truth, its form pulsing with excited patterns. "By approaching quantum mechanics through the lens of music and harmony rather than pure mathematics, you have unveiled aspects of reality we never thought to explore." Dr. Fatima Rahman, the facility's lead theoretical physicist, pulled up a new simulation on the main display. "The void cascade operates by disrupting the quantum coherence of spacetime itself," she explained. "But what if we could create a counter-resonance? A harmony so fundamental that it reinforces the fabric of reality?" The idea had seemed impossible when first proposed, but humanity's unique perspective on quantum mechanics had revealed new possibilities. Where the luminari saw rigid laws and mathematical certainties, humans saw patterns and rhythms that could be altered, enhanced, or redirected. "Initial tests of the quantum harmonic generator are promising," Aidan reported, bringing up the latest data. "We're seeing stable reinforcement of quantum fields at a subatomic level. The challenge now is scaling it up to affect spacetime itself." The luminari had provided access to their complete scientific database, accumulated over millions of years of civilization. But it was humanity's ability to see past established theories, to question fundamental assumptions, that was proving crucial to their efforts. "Time distortion detected in Test Chamber 3, announced Dr. Zhou Wei, excitement evident in her voice. "The quantum harmonics are actually bending local spacetime." The assembled team watched in amazement as the test chamber's quantum field became visible to the naked eye, shimmering with colors that shouldn't exist in normal space. They were witnessing the first successful manipulation of reality itself. "Warning," the facility's AI announced suddenly. "Quantum fluctuation detected in Sector 7 of the Solar System. Signature matches void cascade patterns." The room fell silent. The enemy they had been preparing to face had arrived sooner than expected. Through the quantum sensors, they could see it, a region of space where the stars were simply missing. Not hidden, not dark, but erased from existence. "It's accelerating faster than our models predicted," Harmony of Spheres communicated urgently. "We have weeks, not months, before it reaches Earth's orbit." Yuki studied the quantum harmonic patterns they had generated. "Then we test the defense system now," she declared. "The quantum reinforcement field is stable. If we can extend it around the entire planet." "The power requirements would be enormous," Aidan interjected. "We'd need to convert nearly every major power station on Earth to quantum generation." Fatima stepped forward, her expression determined. "Then that's what we'll do. We've spent 6 months preparing for this moment. Every government on Earth knows what's at stake. We activate the Unity Protocol." The Unity Protocol was humanity's ultimate contingency plan, a complete restructuring of Earth's power and technological infrastructure to support a planetary quantum defense system. Within hours, the order was given, and across the globe, power stations began the conversion process using designs developed by the human luminary science team. Quantum core synchronization at 60% globally, reported Zhou Wei, monitoring the worldwide transformation. 70%, 80%. As the planetary quantum network came online, something unexpected happened. The harmonic patterns generated by the combined human and luminary technology began to resonate with something deep within the fabric of spacetime itself, as if the universe were responding to their efforts. These readings, resonance of truth communicated, its form flickering with excitement. The quantum harmonics are propagating far beyond our projections. It's as if the universe itself is joining our symphony, Yuki finished, watching as the quantum field patterns danced across their displays. They had created something more than a defense system, they had found a way to tap into the fundamental music of reality itself. But would it be enough to stop the void cascade? As the darkness at the edge of their solar system grew, consuming more stars with each passing hour, they were about to find out. The final equation. The void hung at the edge of Earth's solar system like a tear in reality itself. Through the quantum sensors of the Antarctic facility, Dr. Yuki Nakamura watched as another star winked out of existence, consumed by the advancing cascade. The planetary defense grid hummed around them, its quantum harmonics resonating through the fabric of spacetime. Void cascade acceleration continues, Dr. Zhou Wei reported, her voice tense. At current speeds, it will reach Mars orbit in 17 hours. The combined human luminary science team worked frantically, making final adjustments to their quantum harmonic generators. The fate of two civilizations, and perhaps the universe itself, would be decided in the next few hours. Energy conversion at maximum capacity, announced Dr. Aidan O'Connor. All global power systems are now feeding into the quantum network. Harmony of spheres pulsed with complex patterns as it analyzed the incoming data. The quantum field strength exceeds anything our civilization has ever achieved, it communicated. But the cascade's disruption effect is still growing stronger. Dr. Fatima Rahman studied the quantum resonance patterns, her mind racing. Something about the way the universal harmonics responded to their efforts nagged at her consciousness. Look at these interference patterns, she said suddenly. The cascade isn't just destroying reality, it's creating anti-harmonics. The revelation hit Yuki like a thunderbolt. It's not enough to reinforce reality, she realized. We need to match the cascade's discord perfectly, but in opposite phase, like noise-canceling technology, but on a quantum level. The luminary's crystalline forms shimmered with excitement. Yes. Resonance of truth pulsed. The mathematics align perfectly. A quantum anti-resonance field could neutralize the cascade's effect. But generating such a field would require precise control over quantum harmonics on a scale never before attempted. One miscalculation could accelerate the cascade rather than stop it. We have to try, Yuki declared. Begin reconfiguring the planetary grid for anti-resonance generation. As the team worked to modify their quantum defense system, the void cascade's effects became visible even to the naked eye. A strange darkness crept across the Martian sky, as if reality itself was being unwritten. Anti-resonance field modifications complete, Aidan reported. But there's a problem. The power requirements for perfect phase matching are beyond our current capacity. Harmony of spheres moved forward, its crystalline structure pulsing with determination. We offer our ship's quantum cores. Combined with your planetary grid, they should provide sufficient energy. The feedback could destroy your vessels, Fatima warned. Your entire civilization could be stranded here. If we fail, there will be nowhere left to return to, Resonance of Truth responded simply. The integration of the luminary ships into Earth's defense grid took precious hours, during which the void cascade continued its inexorable advance. By the time they were ready, the darkness had already begun consuming the asteroid belt. Anti-resonance field charging, Zhou Wei announced. 80%, 90%, quantum harmony achieved. The effect was immediate and spectacular. As the anti-resonance field expanded from Earth, it created a visible wave of reality-reinforcing energy. Where it met the void cascade, space itself seemed to shudder. "The cascade is slowing," Aiden called out. "The anti-resonance is working." But their victory celebration was premature. The void cascade seemed to react to their defense, its patterns shifting and evolving. The darkness began to push back against their quantum field. "It's adapting," Harmony of Spheres observed with alarm. "The cascade appears to possess some form of quantum intelligence." Yuki watched the battle between order and chaos unfold in the quantum readings, and suddenly understood what they had been missing. It's not just about matching the discord, she realized. We need to introduce a new harmony, something the cascade can't predict or counter. She turned to the assembled team. Every civilization develops its own understanding of quantum mechanics, its own unique way of seeing the music of the universe. What if we combined not just human and luminary harmonics, but invited every quantum-capable species to join our symphony? Through the quantum network, they broadcast their discovery and their plea for help. The response was immediate. Across the galaxy, other civilizations that had been watching and waiting began adding their own quantum harmonics to the field. The effect was beyond anything they had imagined. Each species contributed its unique understanding of reality's underlying rhythms, creating a quantum symphony of unprecedented complexity and power. Where this combined harmony met the void cascade, space itself began to heal. "The cascade is collapsing," Zhou Wei announced triumphantly. "The multi-species quantum field is actually reversing the damage." They watched in awe as the darkness retreated, stars re-emerging in its wake. The void cascade, faced with the combined quantum harmonics of dozens of civilizations, finally unraveled and dissipated. In the aftermath, as the quantum field settled into a stable pattern that would prevent the cascade from ever forming again, Yuki realized they had achieved something far greater than merely averting an apocalypse. They had proven that the greatest power in the universe wasn't technology or knowledge, but the ability of different species to work together, each contributing their unique perspective to create something greater than the sum of its parts. Perhaps this was the true test, Harmony of Spheres mused, its form glowing with new understanding. Not whether we could stop the cascade, but whether we could move beyond our isolation and learn to share our music with others. As the facilities team began the process of documenting their discovery, quantum communications arrived from across the galaxy, messages of gratitude, congratulation, and most importantly, invitation. Humanity had not just helped save the universe, they had earned their place in a vast community of species, each with their own unique song to add to the cosmic symphony.